I now invite Dr. Peter Legge to deliver the keynote address.
Thank you, Mr. President, platform guests, graduates of BCIT, and ladies and gentlemen. When I received the news that BCIT was going to honor me with an honorary doctorate, my wife said, "What is the doctorate in?" I said, "It's an honorary doctorate of technology." She said, "That's terrific. You can't even run a lawnmower." And she said, "If I remember, you were in the half of the class that made the top half possible." But this is indeed a great honor for me and my wife and my family and my company. And so I'd like to thank the entire staff of BCIT that had to go through all kinds of people to decide who should get this and who shouldn't get this. So I'm honored very much. Today, as you embark on your new career, you are looking at great things to happen in your lives, in your future. And Henry Adams once said, "A teacher affects eternity. He can never tell where his influence stops." Vancouver's Empire Stadium was torn down in the spring of 1993, something that obviously happens very often to old stadiums. And with it went a lot of rubble and even more memories. The new Empire Field, built for the 2010-2011 CFL football season, opened just 3 days ago on that very same site. Now, my father was in the old stadium on that hot August 7th in 1954 when history was made. Along with some 30,000 plus spectators, my dad witnessed the race between England's Roger Bannister and Australian runner John Landy. And for the first time in history, two athletes ran a mile in less than 4 minutes in the same race. Now, Mount Everest had been conquered the year before, and now another impossible barrier had come down. Another dream of mankind would go into the record books. Coming into Vancouver from the then British Empire Games, both Bannister and Landy were already sub-4-minute milers. Bannister was the world's first at 3 minutes, 59.4 seconds, set in England. And 6 weeks later in Finland, Landy did it in 3 minutes and 58 seconds. And now the world was waiting for the battle of the champions in Vancouver. Who would win? Could Landy beat Bannister? Now, for many months, Bannister had trained hard in England, setting his sights on a mile in less than 4 minutes, and regularly his longtime Oxford friend, Chris Chataway, paced him, offering him not just challenge, but the inspirational words that might help him change the record books forever. And despite the first person under 4 minutes fame that followed his assault on the clock in England, Bannister arrived in Vancouver and he was full of doubt. After attaining the impossible, he now needed a miracle to win, and another miracle to beat Landy. It must have seemed like a goal beyond comprehension, not helped by many on the sidelines who were saying that he would never do it. It would be interesting to know, even at this late date, how many of Bannister's family, friends, coaches, athlete peers really believed that the race and the time might be for his. 4 times around the brand new Empire Stadium track in less than 4 minutes. And in so doing, beat the Australian, the tallest of orders. A life-size statue of that record-breaking race, the most compelling moment, stands at the entrance today at the P&E. And it shows Landy in the lead during the last 150 yards. And the drama and the irony was that he was looking over his left shoulder as he ran. The precise moment when Bannister streaked by him on the right side and went on to victory. He was looking the wrong way. He was looking the wrong way. As you leave this auditorium, from here on in, do not look the wrong way. Bannister's time was 3 minutes 58.8 seconds and Landy's was 3:59.6. And they called it the Miracle Mile. I've often wondered how Roger Bannister, now Sir Roger and a teacher at Oxford, kept his dream alive when so many must have fed his mind with the distinct possibility of failure. I wonder if that's happened to you over the last 2 or 3 years. An enormous ability to focus so clearly on one magnificent goal. And it is vital, ladies and gentlemen, for all of us to patiently nurture our dreams. Now, I'm not talking about instant results that can be measured with yardsticks, but I'm talking about big dreams. Doggedly driving yourself to achieve the things that you want, the things that you have identified as being important to you. In this instant world where results must happen right now, too many people, because of that, become discouraged. Too many people become impatient. Too many people become depressed. Too many people are downcast and disheartened. And so many people give up way too soon. They walk away or run away from their dreams, and they cop out on life's big opportunities that deliver only when there is persistence. A will to stick with it, to know the records, even Landy's records, they can be licked. And each of us must have goals and dreams in our professional life, our personal life, and our spiritual life. And we must go after our dreams with the same earnesty, intensity, and gusto of Sir Roger Bannister and John Landy did so many years ago. Today, you have accomplished that as a graduate. But remember, the most influential person you will talk to today is you. So you should be very careful what you say and what you think. And if you are constantly saying critical and negative things about yourself, you won't be confident in yourself or with others. You have to be positive. If you realize how powerful your thoughts are, you would never think another negative thought ever again. Our duty as men and women is to proceed as if the limits to our ability do not exist. What would you dare do? What would you dare do? And what would you dare dream and dream to do if you know that you would not fail? And when you succeed, not if, when you succeed, remember the words of Meryl Streep in her address after receiving an honorary degree at Harvard last month. She said this: "If you are touched by the success fairy, you are duty-bound to spread around what you know like fertilizer." And at dinner last night with BCIT President Maureen Enser, she reminded me of a quote by William Butler Yeats, who said, "Education is not filling a pail, but the lighting of a fire." So my encouragement to you, ladies and gentlemen, this afternoon is light that fire. In this church this afternoon, one of you may dream of becoming the future president of this institution. Could it be you, or will it be you? One of you may very well become the premier of this province. Could it be you, or will it be you? One of you may start a foundation raising millions of dollars which will benefit and transform the life of the disadvantaged. Could it be you, or will it be you? One of you may build a business on the principles of determination, integrity, honesty, and professionalism. Will it be you? One of you may invest 20 years in obscurity to invent a vaccine that will save millions of lives. Will it be you, or could it be you? Whatever you do, put your heart and soul into it. You already know that. The price of success is hard work, dedication, and determination. And whether we win or lose, we must say to ourselves every day, "I have done the very best job possible." So as you graduate from BCIT this afternoon, know this: you have received a great education. Your teachers have invested in your lives. Your families have believed in you. And the greatest thank you you can give them is to carve out a career that honors those values. And yes, the world is waiting for you. So may God honor your courageous efforts. Thank you.